Welcome back to Filter Coffee Footy, guys. We are here finally to discuss the result of the North London derby. Not going to waste too much time. Like, share, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, and let's really just dive into this result. Go ahead, Karthik.
Look up, that's a number 10. That's a number 10. I mean, people are questioning Emil Smith Rowe. Why is this kid being given a number 10? Has he even shown promise and things like that? Maybe they should watch first half of Sunday's game where he was the change maker. He scored the first goal with a late third man run, brilliant third man run. Totally reminded me of Aaron Ramsey. I mean, not even kidding. That was the exact same way Aaron Ramsey comes in the late runs. Second, with a beautiful assist for Aubameyang.
I mean, the
And
1-2
I
with
mean,
Oba and him was just amazing. So great to watch as well.
I never expected that counter happening so quick and Aubameyang dropping in so deep to give that ball back. Then we all know how fast he is. I mean, he actually showed how fast he is when he turned up.
No, and I mean, Emil Smith Rowe has been showing promise all. Like he just didn't have numbers to show for it, but every time he's been on the ball from like match day one, he's looked really good. So I was really happy that finally he got that sort of spark in there and really got the results and the numbers to show for it as well. But dude, Aubameyang, I mean, I was so impressed with him. Like, see, now he earned that captain's armband. He was leading that charge. He was leading that high press. He was just so involved, and the kids around him. That was just so. I mean, that was what you want, right? You want that Arsenal youth around a talisman that they can really rely on to finish the
Exactly.
chances and take them to the next level. This was I mean, the first half was just absolutely. Arsenal were on another level. They were just absolutely unplayable. I will say that Tottenham were just absolutely abysmal as well. Like it, I feel a little less happy about this match because this was just a really horrible Tottenham Hotspur team. I would have felt a little bit better if they had any kind of bite or any kind of spine to them, but they just seemed so lost on the pitch. Like I didn't get anything of what they were doing throughout the match. I mean, Harry Kane unfortunately just ended up making a big, like, he just didn't have a bad game. I know you have lots to say about this, so why did you
Uh,
take that?
I mean, oh, so if you notice the third goal which our star boy scored, and you know who star boy is, so I'm not saying it out again. So for the third goal, you have Harry Kane, your star England's golden boy, your striker extraordinaire, who's usually on the final third of the pitch, tracking back, coming back into your box, and then putting in a slide tackle, and still like not being successful in that. That apart, I didn't understand what was the Tottenham defense doing or what was the Tottenham midfield even doing. Why is your number 10 coming inside your box and putting in a slide when you have like probably six players who should have blocked that shot or
Yeah,
even at least tried to put in a tackle? That's where I thought, okay, they've just left it and it's probably going to be vibes from now on.
yeah, exactly. And I feel like the team shape just was not there. I don't know what Nuno is trying to go for. Uh, for the longest time, it's been speculated that Ndombele is not happy and Nuno doesn't want him in the team. So I don't know whether it's like fan pressure that's making him play Ndombele, because he is, like, to me at least, he has never looked good when he's played the season so far. When they made the substitutions, they just look so much better. Oliver Skip, I mean, I didn't even know what he was going to offer, but even when he came on, he looked good on the pitch. Brian Hill looked good on the pitch. I mean, that was a Spurs that I would have liked to face because that would have actually given us some sort of competition. But it was way too late. I mean, once you go 3-0 down, and even then he waited till I think like the 60th minute maybe or something till he made the first real change of the match. I think he got Deli Ali off at halftime if I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
Um,
he got Dele Alli off.
I mean, Ali was absolutely invisible throughout that whole match. So this Tottenham team was just in absolute tatters. But yeah, let's talk about the man of the match performance though, from new kid on the block, Tomiyasu.
From someone who was termed as he's not a right back, he's not a center back. What back is he? I mean, he gave a performance that was well worthy of being a versatile player, technically smart, aerially strong. He won probably 4 out of 5 aerial duels as well, and put in a really good shift, especially for such a big game for someone who's coming from a lower league and a league that not everyone really focuses on. To be thrust into the center of the action in a North London derby and to completely outmuscle Hyunmin Song, that is an achievement.
I'm,
That is definitely an achievement.
and the kind of balance that the team now has, because Ben White not particularly great in the air, but Tomiyasu on his right gives him that aerial sort of comfort. And same thing, Tierney on the left, not particularly great in the air, but Gabriel kind of gives you
Gabriel.
that aerial. So that backline suddenly just looks a lot more solid and composed, which is amazing. I mean, I still feel sad that we conceded that one goal, but I think that was still down to some tweaking that Arteta needs to do. Like, players are probably too exhausted at that point on the pitch. He should have probably made a couple of changes well before that opportunity even presented itself to Tottenham Hotspur. So it was a consolation goal at best. I mean, I don't think anybody saw a comeback at any point during that match, but would have been great to get a clean sheet, especially when Ramsdale made that insane save. It's
Are you
it.
talking about Arsenal's number one? Yeah, he is. He probably is.
I mean,
He
when you
probably
look at
is.
it, when you kind of look at it like regular speed, it looks like a decent enough save. But when you really look at it in a replay, you see the quality behind that actual save. He was tracking back, the trajectory of the ball was weird, and he kind of just super extended himself
Left in.
to
Yes.
get that ball and get that touch in. I mean, I Burnt Leno does not start in my books from here on out. This for me is the Arsenal starting 11. Like when everybody is fit, this is absolutely the team that needs to be going on the pitch. And even though I don't like Xhaka, he just had an incredible game. He just showed up for the match. Probably should have been booked for one very, very ridiculous tackle. But outside of that, he was every bit as aggressive as you want to be as a midfielder in a North London derby. So amazing, amazing, amazing performance all through the team. I want you to talk a little bit more about Tottenham though. Like, what do you take from there? Like, what do you want to put in from their point of view?
Uh, Table toppers of August are like drowning somewhere right now. I don't understand the fact about hyping a team up, especially after just 1 month. And I had an opinion on this earlier too that I think they are a vibes team and they are just playing off of what they did earlier. And this obviously came true, right? 3 results, they haven't really had anything in September. And surprisingly, they haven't won against a London opposition this season. Uh, they lost to like what? Chelsea, they lost to us, and they probably lost to Palace or West Ham, I believe.
I think Crystal Palace, right? Yes.
Yeah, Palace. It was
3
Palace.
nil.
Vieira.
3
Correct,
nil, yep.
correct. So I think they lost. They lost out to three of their London rivals. That's Crystal Palace, Chelsea, and Arsenal right now. I don't know where they go from here. What does Nuno do to like get his team playing some football? I'm not even talking about generating results. Get his team playing some football because the first half of the derby actually showed that Tottenham were not ready to play football. That's not a team that turns up to a derby. Definitely not. I mean, once the first goal goes in, you probably pack up your defense and midfield and try to limit the damage and probably figure out what you want to do. But they considered like 3 goals in the span of 20 odd minutes, and that I don't think is a team that's fit to face Premier League competitions right now.
Oh yeah, I mean there just seemed to be no grit. Nuno, surprisingly, I only learned about this recently, but Nuno actually got Premier League Manager of the Month for the last month for putting Tottenham at the top of the table, and it just goes to show. I think part of it was people gave him way too much credit. We spoke about this. Tottenham's results were not convincing
Yes.
even in the first three matches, so. Clearly, it was all about the results. They were kind of just riding the wave, and it hasn't taken long for teams to find them out. It hasn't taken long for the Spurs system or whatever they're trying to do right now to fail. So Nuno really has a lot of pressure on him at this point. It's so interesting that within one match day, the tables have completely flipped, and Arteta is suddenly now the messiah and the guy who's finally got this vision for the club, whereas Nuno is under so much deep water, having started so well this season. But yeah, any
I
final?
also,
Yeah,
yeah,
please
I
go
also
ahead.
wanted to talk about the knee slides. I mean, all three of our celebrations were knee slides, a tribute to a certain number 14 who was there up
Who
in
was
the
wearing his
stands,
own
who
jersey in the
watched.
stands?
Yeah, and I think Auba did it best. Auba
Oh
did it
yeah,
best. I mean, he also had the head move correct, while
there
Saka
was
and Emil didn't.
there was that image of them side to side, which was absolutely amazing. It was just so good to see the spirit on their faces. I mean, they've celebrated goals, but I mean, they that was just raw energy and raw passion, which I have not seen it from Arsenal in a North London derby in a long time. And safe to say, I didn't say it out loud, but there was just so much confidence going into this match. Like even heading into this weekend, I was pumped up. I wasn't skeptical. I wasn't like, okay, what might happen this time? Will Spurs show up? I know you were still little like, well, Kane always scores. Kane is always like, I
Yeah,
had none of that. I was convinced that no matter what happened, Arsenal were going to come out on top. The only thing that I was possibly worried about is that we will have an amazing performance, but come back with like a draw because maybe Huluri had a fabulous game, or we just didn't take our chances, which we've been
or
known
concede another
not to do,
penalty.
or exactly something like that. But no, everything clicked into gear, everything worked out really well, and suddenly the sky is blue about North London, and Arteta is the man, and this is the Arsenal team that we're gonna hopefully see more and more of as the season goes along. But yeah, that was our look up at the North London derby. As you can see, two really really happy Arsenal fans. Please catch our other videos as well, and give us a like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Try to dampen our spirits if you can, and follow us on Instagram as well at Filter Coffee Footy. And we will see you guys soon. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye bye. 3, 1.